How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Double Pebble, and I'm back with another FO4 review. So there was a hint that we are finally getting FO4 in our server, so all these reviews will become very useful when the FO3 people come over. And there are rumors that we might have a combined server, so that is even better. And right now we are looking at this player that I packed 2 weeks ago, and I hope I pronounced his name correctly because it's very long. It's Sergey Milinković-Savić. I think it's Sergey, but if it's not, let me know. Anyway, he is highly rated in real life. United wanted to sign him, I think, last season, but they didn't get him. So it's interesting to take a look at him in game and see generally how he performs. Okay, so we start off by looking at his stats first, as usual. Okay, so here are the stats of Sergey Milinković-Savić, and there are quite a few above 90s one. Obviously, we are not looking at Team of the Years already, so the stats are a tier lower than the Team of the Years. First thing, he plays as a CM, can also play as Cam, and then he also can play center forward, if you look at the overall. Striker as well, a little bit like Gullet. Okay, center mid is his preferred position. Stamina good, ball control good, dribbling is good as well, tackling is decent. Okay, he's more of an offensive midfielder. Short passing, long passing is good. Finishing is 88, which is decent, and then long shot is also decent. Interception is okay as well, 87. Positioning is good, vision, reaction, sprint speed is okay-ish. Not the fastest. I would prefer him to be slightly faster, and acceleration is bad, downright bad. So he can, I think, feel a bit sluggish on the pitch. Good shot power in him as well. Volley is okay-ish. Crossing is not that good, but luckily he's not a winger, so crossing not that important. Surprisingly, he's got decent free kick, short curve. Agility is bad as well, so I'm starting to think that he is a little bit sluggish. Balance is okay, marking, heading is of course very good, 96, which means that he's an obvious aerial threat. Good strength as well. Is he the strongest player in the game, non-icon? I think so, right? 96. Or is he weaker than Petit? But generally they are all very strong. Petit, Vieira, Savić. Aggression is also not that high. Jump is okay. Wow, crazy, his jump is 89. He's 191 and he's got 89 jump. Composure is okay as well, good potential. And other things to take note of is his work rate, high-low. Not very common for midfielders. 4-star skill move, 5-4 weak foot. Normal body type. Traits wise, he's got the good ones for manager mode. Okay, technical dribbler, which is important for manager mode. Strong header, impressive skill, also important for manager mode. Alright, now let's go on to look at the price. Alright, so another thing to note, right, is the FP. I seem to always forget to talk about this in my reviews, but FP is so important in FO4. 18 FP is still okay for a midfielder. Alright, price wise dropped quite a lot. When I packed him, he was about 50 million, 40 plus million around here, and then right now he has dropped to about 30 million. Alright, so let's go to the in-game analysis and take a look at his performance. First thing I noticed is his immense strength. Okay, physical strength. Again, strength is a combination of a few things. The first thing is of course the strength stats, which is 96, one of the strongest player in the game, and he's pretty young as well. On top of that, he's got good height, good body weight, 76 kg, and a normal body type. If I'm not wrong, Gullet is skinny, slim, and then his is a normal body type. Okay, making him super tanky. On the pitch, right, his physical model on the field is really big. Like, you can really see this big clunky guy moving about on the pitch. Another thing I noticed is his long shots are pretty overpowered. Although I have to add that currently in the current gameplay setting, almost every player can score long shots. Like, people are saying players like Maldini, like Mbabu can score long shots, finesse shot as well, something like that. I have to take this with a pinch of salt, but currently his long shots are pretty little due to his decent long shot stats. It is 89, I think, and very high shot power. So if you realize in game, I try to just spam long shots with him. Some goes in, some hits the bar, some get saved by the goalkeeper, but they are generally a threat. And next thing is of course his aerial ability. He is a huge target. Obviously, if you are not aiming for him during your corners, then you are making a big mistake. If you realize, right, during corners he will always situate himself at the near post, which I think, right, is they are putting the player with the best header stat at the near post. So I always aim my corners at near post, and if you look at the highlights, right, he is such a threat when it comes to corner in terms of using his head or surprisingly bicycle kick. He likes to do bicycle kick during corners. Okay, and let's assume that he gets near to the opponent, right? He's actually pretty good in winning the ball back. It is not easy to maneuver the ball past him due to his huge body and long legs, obviously. And he also has very high strength, which I mentioned, which means that when it comes to defending, if he gets to defend, right, most of the time he will come out with the ball. You wouldn't see him go 50-50 and then end up losing that challenge. Also has a nice combination of 4-star skill move and 4 rated weak foot, which is always a good bonus to have, especially the 4 rated weak foot. Okay, sometimes you don't really have the time to switch the ball to your stronger foot, so 4 rated one is definitely a bonus. Weakness, there are actually 3 big ones. The first one is his pace. He does feel sluggish on the pitch due to his low acceleration, which can be a nuisance sometimes because he can't burst past defender. He's not as offensively active as I would say Gullit. Okay, so sometimes you'll see him try to sprint, right, but he doesn't have that burst compared to Gullit. So that's a big problem. Next thing is his dribbling. Dribbling is not as smooth due to his low agility. Even though he has high ball control and dribbling, that low agility really kind of affects him when it comes to dribbling. Although I would say he is a better sprint dribbler compared to technical dribbling. Okay, if you don't know what it is, you can leave a comment below. I'll try to explain. Next is his stated work rate. I think it doesn't make sense at all. Okay, he is stated as high offensively, low defensively, but on the pitch, right, I find that he's closer to mid-low or even low in the sense that he, like I said, he doesn't burst forward as much as compared to Gullit. Okay, most of the time, right, I see him hanging around the middle of the pitch, jogging around, trying to be the playmaker, if you get what I mean. It's not the best kind of offensive midfielding style that I like. If you look at Gullit, right, he is by far the best offensive midfielder in the game. He is always breaking a neck, trying to break through the midfield line, get past the last defender for the through ball. Such a nuisance, very hard to defend. But for Savić, right, most of the time he's the one hanging back in midfield, which is weird because he's supposed to be the most offensive one. This is by far the biggest problem that I find for him. And then defensively, he also does not really contribute due to that low defensive work rate, which I think is pretty accurate on the pitch. Most of the time you don't see him defending. If he gets to defend, he is very good, but most of the time he don't. So that is the biggest problem. Overall, I will give him a 6.5 out of 10. On the pitch, he feels like Nemanja Matic, less defensive, but generally they have the same vibe to them, big, funky a little bit. As an offensive midfielder, I really don't like the fact that he doesn't break forward from deep as often as say Gullit, and prefers to stay in the middle of the pitch. He also does not offer much in defense, which is a pity lah, because he's built like a tank. He can be potentially the next Vieira, but on the pitch, definitely he is nowhere near at that level defensively. Is he worth it? 30 million is not a lot of money in FO4 nowadays in the Thai server. I think you can get 30 million in about 3 to 4 days. But I wouldn't use him in the team. I definitely wouldn't recommend him because the best offensive midfielder is still Gullit by a mile. So there's no reason why you should be using Savić unless you are purposely trying to form a GR team or you have a particular liking for him. In terms of a objective perspective, there's no reason why you should use him, and I wouldn't recommend him. Alright, and that is all I have for this review video. Hope you guys find it helpful. Give this video a thumbs up, and for those that are finally switching over to FO4 from FO3, welcome. Do hit the subscribe button and press the bell beside it for notification. And of course, don't forget to check out our Discord and Facebook pages as well. The links are all in the description box, and I'll see you next time.